It's Power Sports Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are here again at Extreme Power Sports in Opelika, Alabama. Today we are talking about Can-Am ATVs. Folks, if you don't know this, you've been living under a rock. Can-Am has really upped their ATV game over the last couple years, and there are a ton of models. Today we're really going to focus on the 500 and the 700cc models. I do have an 850 here on the end just to kind of give you a couple of feedback on an option on the 700. Of course, they make a 1000, they make the Renegade, they make a whole bunch of stuff. We're not going to get into those today. Today we're talking about utility ATVs, mainstream. This is what the majority of people are going to be buying, and kind of go over some features and benefits of the differences and why you might want one. Okay, so come along, take a look, and let's talk about them. All right, folks, so on the end right here, we have what I'm going to call just your base model. This model does not have power steering, okay? This is the 700. You can get this in a 500cc as well, or a 500, they call it. Something I noticed on the website, kind of funny, is the 500 and 700 both show 650cc motors with different ratings in horsepower. Polaris has done something similar in their sportsman line over the years with the 450, 500. So I'm assuming Can-Am's kind of doing the same thing with their model. But so real quick, there's a 500 in this model. There's a 500 two-wheel drive you can get. It's the only two-wheel drive that you can get on the Outlander, okay? And then they make the 500, 700 in four-wheel drive. This is the base model. I mentioned no power steering. You can also get this model with power steering if you choose to. Personally, I think power steering is the way to go, but it's totally up to you. So this model's got you just plain kind of black steel wheel on it, nothing fancy. I do like the rack design now, so you can set stuff in here. You can still got the racks to tie it on. You've got an accessory box you can get, and I've got that on this 500 here just to kind of see. Transmission wise, you got your reverse, neutral, high, and low. Of course, your park, what it's in right now. This model has your standard two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive on it. Check this out. It's got a nice little storage box on here. Open that up. This one does not have the little electrical port here. We'll show you that here in a minute on another model. Okay. It does have storage in the front. And this is called their link system, by the way. So let me see if I can do this with one hand or two hands. I don't know that I can. There we go. Okay. Got it opened up so you can kind of see. Really nice. Do have the toolkit in there, of course. But nice storage. Button that back down. You can see the racks have the little tie-down hooks. Again, also tie down everywhere, but you can use this for their lock and ride accessories. I call it lock and ride. The link system that they have. Pretty cool. 12-volt outlet right here. Parking brake on the lever. Golly, I can't think of the word lever. Parking brake on the lever. Lights, of course, you got off. You got high beam, low beam. Start button, on and off switch. Reverse override here. Standard key switch. Take a look at the dash real quick. You can see the odometer across the tops, of course, speedometer, then tachometer, full-wheel drive indicator, temperature, fuel gauge on the left over there. Pretty basic, pretty standard. Split between your trip A, trip B, hours, clock, etc. Pretty kind of basic, but folks, this is a really, really nice machine. I mean, you need to drive one. This thing drives really nice, really, really smooth. Just really nice. Okay, so now, again, I mentioned this is a 500, 700. This is the 700 version. They make it in 5. You get the 5 and the two-wheel drive. You can get these with or without power steering and the four-wheel drive. Then we're going to go to the Pro Series. All right. This is a 500 Pro. You can get a 700 Pro. Then you can get also what the tan one is there is the Pro XU. And there's some differences there as well. But folks, a couple things to make a note of on the Pros. First off, just looking at them, I mean, look at the tires, okay? You get really, really nice tires even on the Pro. Then when you go to the XU, you get the really nice wheel package, a little more meatier tire, okay? So it's nice that you get 26-inch tall tires on these. They already come with the bumpers, okay? The storage system and all is going to be basically the same as what's on the base model, okay? Not a big deal. So, mechanically speaking, let's talk about these. These are geared towards work, folks. They have the arch stay arms, which is cool. Utility type suspension, so I'm assuming it's just designed a little more for a load on the machine. The service intervals on the Pro models, folks, are 100 hours or 2,000 miles. That is insane. To my knowledge, that is the longest by far in the business. You cannot beat that, folks. So what does that do? That just means you're going to get to ride longer without bringing it in to get it serviced. It's going to cost you less money to operate in the long run. I mean, it's just a win-win, right? So we added this box just to kind of show you an accessory. Just sits on the rack, kind of plug and play, if you will. It's got these little rings on here you can pop it off with. Transmission wise, if you look right there as far as the way it operates, it's going to be the same situation. This model, same situation on your four-wheel drive. Left side control, going to be the same with the start, the kill, the reverse, the brake, all that kind of stuff. Or not reverse override, excuse me. Key, notice on the Pro, key switch, same as the base model, okay? And again, this is the 5, tells you right here, and you can get it in the 7. So, now we're going to switch over to the Tan XU, the Pro XU they call it, okay? Really set up, mechanically speaking, a lot like the Pro, okay? Not a big difference. Meteor tire, same kind of bumpers, transmission, all that kind of stuff. Except, folks, let me get up here on top. If you look here, ooh, a lot different. Ooh, a lot different. Let's just turn the power on to kind of fire up the gauge cluster. Oh, look, there's performance key. So, folks, this has the fancy Polaris key, okay? This is going to do a whole lot more stuff electrically speaking, okay? So you do have the on and off switch, reverse override, of course, start button, lights, all that kind of stuff, self-explanatory. One thing this thing has, folks, right here, you read it right, speed limiter, okay? You've got a decel and accel, of course, on and off, and let me show you what that's talking about. Let's turn the dash back on. All right, make sure I do this right. I don't want to do it wrong. All right, so you heard it beep. See, so it says limited to 5. You can change that. This is miles per hour, right? 8, 9, 10, etc. So if you want to take off on this thing, say let's just pretend you're pulling a plow or pulling whatever it may be, and you want to keep this machine to 10 miles per hour, but yet you got some weight on it, so you need the machine to rev up. You're under a load. Drop this joker in low range, hook up to your machine, or to whatever you're pulling, excuse me, set your speed to 10 miles per hour or whatever it is, and just go. You don't have to worry about going 11, 12, 15, 5, etc. You just hit it and go. Guys, I don't know about you, but that's a pretty cool feature. I don't know of another brand that does that or offers that, so that's just pretty slick. So we're not going to talk about that anymore. We're going to go to this side. So if you recall, the base model, and excuse me for the truck, I don't know why the trash trucks all have to drive through here. This is not a truck main road, and they're not supposed to, but they do it. So I apologize if you hear all that in the background. Again, the base model and the Pro standard four-wheel drive system. You come over to the XU, ooh, look. You notice on here, front diff lock, folks. You can lock the diff on this machine, which is amazing. It's got the Visco 4 lock that Can-Am calls it. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. That's all I can say. All right, look at this. You got modes, okay? What do modes mean, folks? Modes mean, look. Of course, I'm gonna have to turn the speed thing off. Let me see if I turn it off. All right, so that's off. Turn the speed off. Now, if I flip this switch, ooh, it's got work mode. Work mode off. And then we're into sport mode. Obviously, just what it sounds, folks. You're gonna work, put it in work mode. If you're just driving casually, recreational riding, you want it in sport mode. One other thing, Check this on the side right here. I can't get it to focus. See if I can get it to focus. Hey, there we go. IEB Intelligent Engine Braking. You can control that max engine braking right here with the switch. That is awesome if you are going downhill, got some steep terrain you're riding. That's awesome. Really nice feature. All right, one thing I noticed, or I pointed out on the base model over there was the storage box. But check this out. This is pretty dang slick. Unless I'm wrong, and I could be wrong, because no one really tells me too much. I kind of figured this stuff out for myself for the most part. But this is a little electronic, not electronic, holy smokes, magnetic backing plate you can put on your phone charger, or phone, what's that called? Phone case, thank you. Phone case. This has a little spot to put it right here so it will hold your phone sitting just like so. Notice real quick, this thing's already got the USB power outlet inside the storage box, okay? So, put your phone on, hook it up, boom, don't have to worry about your phone going dead. Maybe you've got a speaker box out here, you're playing some tunes, you're Bluetoothing it off your phone, keep your phone plugged in, and you rock and roll. Pretty awesome. Folks, this machine's awesome. Maybe we'll drive around the base model and we'll hop on the XU and see if you can kind of hear a difference. They claim the pros, less vibration, more performance, all that kind of stuff. So pretty slick. All right, before I get into this red guy here, let's go into the end. Now, folks, this is an 850, so it does look a little bit different. But I want to point out, they do make the Camo Wildland edition, like in the Pro Series or whatever. It has the winch on it, power steering, all that kind of fun stuff. They also make a 700 and an XT. This is an 850 XT. And we're not going to talk about the 850, but the 700 XT's got the winch, power steering, all that kind of stuff. You cannot get a 500 in an XT, just to let you know. So, that was just real quick on the XT. All right, this is the 700 XMR, folks. If you're all about the mud, this has got the extra low gear for the mud. It's got the bigger tires on it for the mud. You got more ground clearance for the mud. You got your radiator relocation, air intake, all that kind of stuff up on the front, high up out of the mud and water as you can get. Really, really cool. Everything else pretty much the same as what the Pro XU is, which is why I wanted this after that model. Transmission, as far as operation goes, is the same. Again, I mentioned the low range. Controls all the same. Of course, Visco 4-lock, engine braking, etc. Cool looking machine. You can see though, the XU and the Pro are going to have the nicer bumper. I feel like there's a little more coverage width-wise. This has just got it in the middle. I mean, not really a big deal, but also notice, folks, you got the 2-inch receiver on the back, okay? If you want to tow, you can tow, all right? So let's see here, maximum towing on the XU is rated at 1,830 pounds. That is a lot of weight. Tongue weight's rated at 183 pounds. I didn't mention the rack capacity, but like on this guy, front load says 120 pounds, rear 240 pounds. So I could sit on the rear rack easy. Of course, we all know that that can happen anyway. I don't know. I think that's it. I think we went over most of it. Folks, if you liked the video, give us a thumb up. If you want to see more, obviously subscribe. Hit that little button. We've got a whole lot more videos coming. I mentioned on another video I think I did yesterday. We've got some races coming up that we're going to be going to. Now, they're dirt bike races. All right, hair scramble races. We might even be doing some more stuff. It's hard to say. But we got a whole lot more videos coming. If there's something you want to see, let me know. Tell me in the comment section. Say, hey, I want to see blah, 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 blah. And we'll see if we can get a video up. We'll let you know when we do. Okay? Again, appreciate you watching. Hit that thumbs up. Give us a like and a follow. Appreciate it, y'all. Take care.